The Pool Guy Podcast Show. The Pool Guy Podcast Show. The Pool Guy Podcast Show. Yeah!
Hi, and welcome to the Pool Guy Podcast Show. In this episode, I'm going to go over probably something that's confusing, but I'm going to go over the Hayward Pool Cleaner, Hayward Aquanaut, and Hayward Phoenix Cleaner, and just remind you or let you know that they're all actually the same cleaner, which is a different shell and a different outlet for the purchase of this particular cleaner. This episode of the Pool Guy Podcast Show is brought to you by Jobber. Jobber is your business's command center. The easy-to-use app powers your sales, operations, and customer service all in one place. Go check them out at getjobber.com/im/pool to receive 20% off your first 6 months. I don't know if that intro made any sense, but car makers have been doing this for years, where they have one model and then they have different names for that same model of car. Maybe even different manufacturers have the same car. But like Toyota, I think they teamed up with Subaru, and then you have companies that own multiple manufacturers will make the same car for all of their brands. And Hayward kind of did the same thing with the pool cleaner that they acquired from Poolvergnuegen. I guess it's going on about 5 years now since Hayward purchased the pool cleaner from Poolvergnuegen, the original manufacturer. I thought Poolvergnuegen was a cool name for the product. I actually have an old t-shirt with the Poolvergnuegen name on it still. But Hayward purchased the cleaner, and they decided to use the actual design of the pool cleaner, but change the shell for different retail markets. So I'll go over, I guess, the reasoning for this makes some sense. Because the Poolvergnuegen pool cleaner has such a big market share of the cleaner market, bigger than you would think, Hayward didn't want to change that brand name completely. So the pool cleaner name stays on the cleaner. It's a white model. You can also have the limited edition black and gray model that has the original name of the cleaner, and now it's called the Hayward Pool Cleaner because it had a big market share and name recognition. But anyway, so the name was very recognizable in the industry, and Hayward had trademarked the name Aquanaut. They didn't have anything to go with the cleaner, but they already owned the name Aquanaut as a product name, which was smart. It's actually a pretty cool name. So they decided to use that Aquanaut name that they already owned and use that for their pool cleaner and call it the Hayward Aquanaut. So the pool cleaner and the Aquanaut are the exact same cleaner. All the gears are the same. Every part is exactly the same. It just has a different shell, basically. And so why the three different models for the same cleaner? Well, first, the Hayward didn't want to lose the pool cleaner Poolvergnuegen branding because it's highly successful and recognizable in the market. And so they kept that name, and the pool cleaner is supposed to be sold to the pool service provider. So my supplier carries the pool cleaner, and I purchase that for my customers. And you can find it, of course, online, and most pool stores will carry the pool cleaner version of the cleaner. The Aquanaut brand was made specifically to fall under the Hayward brand of cleaners. So for some reason, I don't know why they couldn't take the pool cleaner Poolvergnuegen and make it their brand. So they created they had the Aquanaut name, like I mentioned. And so now the Aquanaut falls under the same category as their Navigator or their Vac. So it's an actual Hayward product. This is important for the rebate process. So they'll offer rebates on the Aquanaut cleaner because it's a Hayward product. If you are in their rewards program as a pool service provider, then the Aquanaut falls under the category of the Hayward product. And so that's one reason why they have that brand name distinction. And they just wanted to have their own cleaner, basically, with the Poolvergnuegen technology, which makes sense since they purchased it. They wanted to have their own product associated with it, but yet separate from the Poolvergnuegen cleaner itself. The Phoenix version is made for Leslie's Pool Supply specifically. A lot of companies, including Zodiac, will make a specific model for Leslie's Pool Supply, since they're such a large corporate pool store. And so they came up with the Phoenix, and they make that for Leslie's. You can actually purchase it online from Leslie's and from PoolSupplyWorld.com, which are both the same company, by the way. And depending on the price point, you may want to go with the Phoenix. I think the Phoenix has the coolest color scheme with the dark blue and the gray hoses, but that's my personal opinion. What I find interesting is that I don't think they make tires for the cleaners in any other color but the standard pool cleaner color. At least my supplier only carries those. So when you go to replace a tire, you have to go with the blue or black tire that are made for the pool cleaner. I could be wrong. I haven't even researched it, but I just buy the blue tires for all the cleaners. So I have some limited edition pool cleaners on my route. I don't buy the black tires because they're a little more expensive. I don't know why they are, but they are. And I just put the blue tires on them. And they look pretty cool, actually, with the gray body and a blue tire. And I use the blue tire on the Aquanaut. I use the blue tire in the pool cleaner, of course. And I use the blue tire in the Phoenix. I don't use the gray tire. Again, I'm not sure if you can actually order those or not. I haven't tried. So since they're all the same cleaner, the tires are going to fit on all of them. And they're going to fade anyway over time. So just get the standard blue pool cleaner tires. And I actually just Googled it, and there's actually some companies making generic pool cleaner tires. One's called Arley Replacement, the other one's called Amy Parts, which is pretty interesting, pretty cool, because they're like only $14 or $24 for 4 of them, so that's a pretty good deal, actually. Good thing I Googled that. So yeah, you can get generic pool cleaner tires, who knew? So they're all the same cleaner. They actually make all the parts about 10 minutes from my house, which is really cool. I took a tour of the factory, and parts were piled up, 30 feet to the ceiling. They had tires, they had all the different throat sizes for the cleaner. So it was actually really cool to see all the parts for these cleaners in the factory, and that these parts are made here in America. One thing to note, there's only one model that's different from all of these, and that's the Aquanaut 450. And this particular model was created because, I'll go over how the 2-wheel and 4-wheel are different. The 2-wheel model has a cam, and this is what controls the turning of the cleaner. As the gears spin, the cam will actually turn slowly, and then it'll get into a slot, and then one wheel will stop, and then the cleaner will turn. And so the 2-wheel model has a cam with 5 notches in it, which means that it's going to turn more often. So it'll go like 8 or 10 feet, and then it'll turn, and it'll go in a different direction. So this allows the cleaner to get the full coverage of a smaller pool. The 4-wheel model of the pool cleaner or Aquanaut or Phoenix has a cam with 3 notches, and so the 4-wheel model will go longer, and then it'll turn maybe every 12 or 14 feet, 10, 12, or 14 feet. And so this is designed for larger pools. So it's basically the only cleaner that has 2 different models for 2 different pool sizes. And the 4-wheel model comes with, I think, 2 extra hoses. So I think the 4-wheel model is great for larger pools. And I think their parameters are anything more than 8 feet deep, you want to get the 4-wheel model. And then any pool that's larger than 32 feet, 34 feet long, you want to get the 4-wheel model because it does better in a larger pool because of the longer turn cycle of the cleaner. So back to the Aquanaut 450. So they wanted to make a cleaner with the 4 wheels to give it more stability in a larger pool, but have a shorter turn cycle because some large pools don't need the long turn cycle. Sometimes the large pools, if the cleaner goes straight too long, it doesn't get full coverage of the pool. So the Aquanaut 450 actually has the 2-wheel version cam in there. So it has the 5 notches on there. So the Aquanaut 450 will go a shorter distance before turning. So you may find the Aquanaut 450 very convenient if you have a large pool, but it's shaped in a certain way to where the shorter turn cycle would benefit it. Personally, I usually just put in the Aquanaut, the Pool Cleaner 4X or the Aquanaut 400 and almost all the pools. I like the 4-wheel model. I think it's more stable. I think it gets better coverage of the pool. For some reason, it seems like it climbs a little better. I guess I should go over the fact that the original Poolvergnuegen model climbed the pool really well. It would climb out of the water line and suck air, much like the Penta Rebel does, currently, where it has too much suction. It'll climb out of the pool and suck air, and then it'll fall down. The pump will lose its prime. This created a problem for Poolvergnuegen because a lot of customers complained about the noise. If you ever have one of these in your backyard and it comes up to the surface and sucks air, you know how loud it is and how annoying it is. And so they redesigned it. Before they sold it to Hayward, they changed it so that the bottom has these, I don't even know what you would call it, but they made these plastic risers that will kind of prevent it from climbing too high in the pool. Another reason why they created these plastic risers on the bottom is sometimes the old version would get stuck on a step that's shallow in the pool, or like a bench step, and we get stuck on there. I never saw it happen, but they said it did happen. And so the climbing ability of the PoolCleaner, Aquanaut, and Phoenix has been limited with this new piece on the bottom of the cleaner. Also, the bottom was redesigned so that you could change the size of the throat of the cleaner. It's the only geared cleaner that you could change the throat size. So they have a small, medium, and large throat. You would use a small throat if you have a variable speed pump and you're running your pump at a lower speed. Put the small throat in there, and you can run your pool at a less RPM than normal with a larger throat. I always just put the large throat in the cleaner because I want the larger debris to pass through. And one thing to note about these cleaners, they do a great job at large debris. If you have the large throat on it, you could pick up a good sized acorn with the pool cleaner, and it has a patented turbine. So what this turbine does, and they use the same turbine in the Navigator V-Flex now. So I guess you would call it the V-Flex turbine in the pool cleaner also, and the other versions also. And so this turbine will actually flex as water goes through because there's hinges. And this allows large leaf debris and large acorns to pass through. A little trick you can do also with these, if you have very large debris and you notice this jamming the cleaner, you can actually take the cleaner apart, take off the turbine shield, and you can slip out 2 vanes. You don't want to do 2 vanes directly in front of each other, so you can take one vane out and then spin it a little bit and take another vane out. And this will work just as effectively with 2 vanes out of the cleaner. Sometimes you can even take 3 out, but I usually just take 2 out. And this will allow large debris to pass through because you have 2 less vanes in there, and you have a bigger opening, opening in the turbine to let the debris through. So it's the only cleaner I think that does that because it's patented, besides the V-Flex Navigator, which Hayward owns, and they took the turbine for the pool cleaner and used it in the Navigator. And you're going to find that it picks up very large debris, more so than the Penta Rebel because of that V-Flex turbine. And it works really effectively with the large throat on. You're just going to not have the same climbing ability as you would with another gear type cleaner, or like the MX8 won't climb the pool walls as well. It's dependent on your suction too. Depending on how much suction you have in the pool, it depends on how high it climbs on the wall. Some will climb higher than others. And I'm going to pause here for a second. And I mentioned Jobber at the beginning of the podcast. And if you're interested in trying Jobber for your business, but you're not sure if it's a right fit for your particular type of service business, the good thing about Jobber is that it comes with a 2-week trial. So you can try it for 2 weeks to see if it fits your business. And if not, you don't have to continue with the software. And another great benefit of the trial is that you don't even have to give your credit card number to try it for the first 2 weeks. They also have their support team that will help you out during your trial period to make sure that you're able to use the software for your business. So definitely give it a try, and it's not going to cost you any money to try it out for the first 2 weeks. And you can find a link that will take you over to Jobber in the description. One thing to note about this cleaner, it doesn't work really well in a fiberglass or a tile or a vinyl pool because it's a gear type cleaner. So I don't recommend it for those surface types. Great for plaster and pebble tech, not so great for vinyl, fiberglass, or tile. I think tile especially, because tile is really slick and it'll have problems climbing the wall. So definitely would recommend a different cleaner for those pools. But if you have a regular plaster or pebble tech pool, definitely look at the Hayward Pool Cleaner. It's a great product. It does a great job. I'll go over some of the other aspects real quick of the pool cleaner for you. And I'm kind of saying pool cleaner over and over again here because it's easier for me to default to that one. Another great thing they did before they handed over the product to Hayward is that they redesigned how the wheels are actually on the cleaner. So before, the wheels were, they used like a miter, and they had a metal piece or stainless steel piece they would use, and they would kind of pretty much drill it in to the plastic part. Over time, the wheels would become wobbly from use, and they would, as they got more wobbly, the gears wouldn't catch and the cleaner wouldn't move. So I wouldn't call it a defect. The Rebel actually uses the same design that the old pool cleaner used to use. So they decided to get rid of that and use a bearing with a hubcap to hold it on, which is highly effective. It's a great upgrade from the old pool cleaner design. You won't have to worry about any kind of wobble or the cleaner stopping because of that quote-unquote defect, I guess, in manufacturing. Another great thing about the cleaner is how long the parts last. I mean, this cleaner is extremely durable. The gears have been engineered to last an extremely long time. I would say you can get a good 6 or 7 years out of it before having to do any kind of rebuilding to the cleaner if you run the pool at a regular, normal pace. I had an old PoolCleaner Poolvergnuegen version in a pool that ran 23 hours a day, a big pool, and I finally put a conversion kit on the bottom after 7 years of it running in the pool. So that gives you an idea of how long lasting these cleaners are. It was running 23 hours for 7 years. The tires would wear out frequently. I would put new tires on every 2 months on this thing because it was running all the time. Typically the tires will last 12 months to 18 months before you have to change them. There's a little wear line on the tires to where you know you have to change them. The hump on the tires is there to prevent it from getting stuck on the main drain. I believe they still make the super hump tire for the anti-vortex drains, but the hump doesn't have any problems on those anti-vortex drains in my opinion. I have them in a few of my pools on my route. They don't have any problem getting hung up on that. So overall, Hayward didn't really change anything when they bought the patent or bought the cleaner from Poolvergnuegen. They kept everything pretty much the same. I guess the only thing I would say is that Poolvergnuegen was a smaller company and they took a lot of care with packaging the product. I've heard a few things about pleats not being on the bottom properly, or someone had the float not being attached to the first hose. It was attached to a different hose. But however, those are minor inconveniences when a big company takes over a small product. I think you'll like the cleaner for many reasons besides being durable, long-lasting. The gears keep it from getting stuck in the step areas or corners of the pool, and it's quiet, doesn't make any noise when it's moving in the pool, unlike the Creepy Crawly, which is really loud. They make a lower body conversion kit. I have a separate podcast on this where I talk about basically it's the whole bottom of the cleaner for $120, and it has the wheels, all the gears, the turbine, everything but the skirts for the bottom, and the top part and the turbine shield are included in this conversion kit. So basically every 5 or 6 years you can buy this lower body conversion kit and have a brand new cleaner without having to purchase a brand new cleaner. You can even use the old tires off the old one if they're still viable. And I think it's a great idea by Hayward to have this available, because then you don't have to worry about purchasing a new cleaner. You can if you want. If you're going to need hoses, I suggest purchasing a new cleaner. The hoses seem to last a very long time. The one I mentioned that was running for 7 years has all the original hoses still. I haven't had a problem with the hoses there, so I just got the lower body conversion kit, and I'm running basically the cleaner there, like a new cleaner, but without buying a new cleaner, if that makes sense. The only parts you're going to have to change regularly are the rubber tires. Again, they wear down, and there's a wear mark for those. If you have the 4-wheel version, you have an added expense of having 4 tires, but like I said, I looked it up on Amazon, and I see generic pool cleaner tires the companies are making. They didn't do that before, so I think it's something relatively new to have the generic tires available. And they're super cheap, $14 for 2 of the tires with the hump. So that's definitely a bargain. I think my wholesale price is around $30, $32. So definitely a huge bargain having those generic tires. We'll see if Hayward doesn't sue them and put them out of business quickly, but for now they're available online, the generic tires. I mentioned the skirts on the bottom that helps pull the debris in to the cleaner. The whole design of the cleaner is just great from top to bottom. The person that originally designed the PoolCleaner Poolvergnuegen, he worked on the Hayward Navigator, the Hayward Sand Shark, and the Hayward Great White before he made the PoolCleaner. Of course, I think you can say the Pentair Rebel is kind of a knockoff or a copy of it. Not sure how they got around the patents there, but they did. And then there's a new one, another generic geared cleaner called the Cyborg. And you can buy that on Amazon also. And I believe Jacuzzi has a 2-wheel version that they've created to go against the pool cleaner. I think the pool cleaner is still the number 1 or number 2 cleaner sold on the market with the Hayward Navigator. So Hayward has 2 of the top cleaners between the Hayward Navigator and the PoolCleaner Aquanaut Phoenix cleaner. So definitely check out this cleaner if you're looking for a good suction side cleaner for your pool. It's definitely well worth it. And I have several YouTube videos on my channel, how to replace the bottom of the cleaner, reviews of the Aquanaut 200, Aquanaut 400, Aquanaut 450, the Hayward Phoenix, and also the PoolCleaner 2X and 4X. You could find plenty of videos. I have a playlist dedicated to the PoolCleaner Aquanaut Phoenix cleaner on my YouTube channel. And of course, if you need any more information about these cleaners, if you want to know if they're suitable for your pool, you can email me at david@swimmingpoollearning.com. Again, that's david@swimmingpoollearning.com. If you have any questions about the cleaner and want to know if it's suitable for your pool, I would say 90% of the time I'm going to tell you that this is a cleaner that you want to get for your pool. And so whether you're buying the Hayward Poolvergnuegen 2X, which is their 2-wheel model, the Hayward 4X, which is the 4-wheel model of the pool cleaner, the Hayward Aquanaut 200, which is the 2-wheel version of the Aquanaut, the Hayward Aquanaut 400 or 450, which is the 4-wheel version, or the Phoenix 2X or Phoenix 4X, you're going to get a really highly reliable cleaner. It's just your preference, and I think the price point dictates which one you want to get. The body is a little bit different. Aquanaut has a nice handle on the back built in, so does the Phoenix. Pool cleaner has the same shell that it had originally. There has been really no upgrades on that. And I'm going to also say that the swivel for the pool cleaner is definitely top notch. You're not going to have any problems with the hose coiling up on you with this cleaner. The patented VFlex turbine is also a plus for this cleaner. And the big negative, I guess, is that it doesn't climb the walls nearly as well as it used to in the old configuration. And if you do have one of these that climbs the walls and climbs out of the water, chances are the tires are wearing down. So check that also. When the tires wear down, it seems to climb the wall a lot better. They have different throat sizes, so you can use it on the variable speed pump. And I think all in all, if you have a standard plaster or PebbleTech pool, this is definitely the cleaner to get. The geared type cleaner is the cleaner to get for that. It does a great job with large leaf debris. It does a great job with dirt, and highly reliable. Hayward actually was smart to purchase the Poolvergnuegen brand and bring it underneath the Hayward umbrella of products. You won't be disappointed in this cleaner. And again, I can't say enough. I have about, I would say 25 of them on my pool route. So about 1/4 of all the cleaners on my route are the PoolCleaner Aquanaut Phoenix cleaner. And to learn more about the cleaners, you can go to my website, swimmingpoollearning.com. I have a dedicated page on the cleaner itself under automatic cleaners. And if you go down to top suction cleaners, you can find the PoolCleaner Aquanaut also with a link to purchase on Amazon if you so choose to do so. You can do that directly from my website, swimmingpoollearning.com. I also have an ebook available there for $9.99. And if you do service for a living and you're looking for more help with your business, or you need, if you just got started in the industry, definitely check out my coaching program. You can learn more about that at poolguycoaching.com. A lot of great benefits there and discounts, plus the ability to text or call me in real time. So I hope you found this podcast helpful. Have a great rest of your week, and God bless. InyoPools.com has been helping pool owners find the right pool parts since 2001. With over 50,000 pool parts in stock, order online today and have the parts delivered right to your door. Jobber is your business's command center. The easy-to-use app powers your sales, operations, and customer service all in one place. Check the description below to save 20% off your first 6 months.